Yo, what's up everybody? It's Stefan here from Mod2Fame and we are back with another video. And this one is really big. This one is really big, really important. I am currently in Maine and I'm at Baton Motorsports picking up something very special for the Hellcat. Let's jump into it. Let's go. All right, guys, so I'm here with Cody from Baton Motorsport, man. Talk about this kit that you built for me, man. What is this?
Hey guys, this is a mid-mount twin turbo system for your Hellcat. So what we've put together is a replacement for the supercharger with an air-to-water cooled manifold. We have comp, billet oilless, air-cooled technology, so we don't have to run any coolant lines, oil lines, no drama, thing goes on, slick as can be. All stainless hot side, has a perfect aluminum cold side. It's cooled with your factory intercooler system, so all the water, connections, plumbing, it's a super easy fit, and the thing makes ridiculous power. We've had it up to 1,215 wheel horsepower at only 22 pounds of boost on a stock Hellcat motor with the A8.
Sheesh!
Yeah.
So let me ask you, man. What I do plan on doing built motor, I'm gonna put it on a stock motor for now.
Yep.
What is a safe power level that you think I can? You see how I drive the car.
You could daily this thing at 1,000 wheel.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So if I keep it between 1,000, what if I push to 11? What do you think? That's pushing it, right?
11's getting up there, so it's all about pressure. So everything's going to be focused on pressure. You're going to be concerned about lifting cylinder heads.
I have ARP head studs.
You got head studs, man. I'd lay into it as long as you got a good head gasket.
I do.
Ottomans are so strong in these cars. It's impressive.
So you think that I could get away running 11?
I think so, and why I say that is the cool thing about this turbo system, you're not pulling on the crankshaft like you are with a supercharger. Pound of boost per pound of boost, and each power adder, it costs you literally less, 200 horsepower less just to run a turbo system. Because you're not turning that great big supercharger to make that power. It's free power, man.
We talked about, why we're making this switch, why we're making this change.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell the people the benefits? You already started with saying you get 200 free horsepower.
That's right.
They don't understand that. Explain that a little bit.
Okay, so the word you're looking for is parasitic draw. To turn a supercharger, it takes force. It takes horsepower just to rotate that. Now, by the time you've reached your peak RPM, it's cost you literally, say, 150 to 200 horsepower just to turn the blower and produce the power. So if you take that same amount of pressure, force into the engine, without the resistance of turning that supercharger, it's free power, man. That's exactly it. Free, efficient power. It doesn't cost you anything because it's being run right off of the exhaust.
What about heat?
Heat, hey, that's where your coolant system is totally covered because you're circulating, you're moving air across the water.
Right.
And heat from the turbos themselves, you don't have that packed in your engine bay anymore. So that, heat-soaked superchargers constantly just filling that engine bay full of heat, it's not there anymore because your turbos are under the car, air's constantly turbulently moving that heat away, and now you're just taking full advantage of everything in your element.
I'm excited, man. Talk about what type of fuel I'm currently running. You tell me if this is enough. I'm currently running a Livinois dual pumps.
Yep.
I'm running 1200 FIC injectors.
Yes.
I'm gonna run these 4 fuel rails on it. E85, pump E85.
That should absolutely put you up around the 1,000 wheel horsepower mark.
Right,
Yep.
and that's kind of the limit of that system,
exactly.
right?
You're going to be tapped out. Then it would be time to go over to a full return, run the 3 pumps
from 4.
from 4, which actually they use Hellcat pumps. So you literally just wire it up, you cruise around on 2 pumps, and then you run the 3rd off a Hobbs switch, and it's still controlled by the factory computer. It's pretty slick.
Sick.
Yeah,
okay.
dude, yeah.
So I do plan on building the motor. I'm gonna do a complete bottom end build. I'm gonna build the tranny. You gave me some ideas of some places.
Yeah.
In New York. So once I do that, once I have a built motor, built transmission, full return fuel system, what type of power is this system capable of?
This system will make 1500 wheel without breaking a sweat. Yeah.
I talked to Ernie at Comp Turbo a little bit, and he told me that they're capable crank 1100 horsepower each turbo.
They are, yeah. So realistically, I purchased a set for my own car because I have my own goals with mine, and we're targeting somewhere in the 1750 area. The system's there. You just got to make sure that cylinder sealing is to back you up. So fire ring, O-ring, top fuel hoop, something along those lines.
Sure.
As long as you have that good, because you're going to be piling a bunch of pressure in at that point to make the big power.
How many pounds of boost do you think I would need? Knowing that you made on a stock motor, you said 1,216 on 22 pounds.
Yeah. Yep.
How much do you think I would need to make that 15 with a built motor? Your guess.
You're probably going to be somewhere towards 30. Yeah, 30 pounds. We've got a Mustang outside, and I know it's not a Hellcat.
So what type of support do we have to do that? Do we have the proper weight gates in place? Do we have the proper...
Everything here is adequate for such a thing.
What size turbos are these, by the way?
These are 6871s.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about the waist gates? What are those?
Those are comp 40 gates. They're 40 millimeter. They're dual, so you got 2 of them. So you're one on each bank.
Okay. And the other big thing over there is a blow-off valve, I'm assuming.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's the biggest blow-off valve I could find. I want the big one.
That's going to be when I let off the gas.
You'll know it. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I can't wait. Jesus. Yeah. We got to make such crazy noises. And I was telling them that I believe that. Tell them the difference in the 1,000 horsepower. So currently, my car, we haven't dynoed it. But the setup, we know that setup makes anywhere from 960 to 1,000 when you do upper, lower, ported blower, that fuel system, and you push it with a certain degrees of timing. And mine is a manual, so they make a little bit more with a manual.
Yep.
What is the difference between this 1,000 horsepower and that 1,000 horsepower?
So what you find in supercharger applications, even imported, in my opinion, is the harder you push them, obviously the more heat is generated.
Ridiculous.
So you got a lot of heat.
Ridiculous
It takes
amount.
a lot of boost.
Yes.
All right, so you got all that backed up pressure in the engine. A turbo system thrives off of that. So you don't have to use as much boost. You don't have to create as much heat. So it's going to be much more efficient. So you're going to have much more efficient power that never lays over. And we all know as superchargers, there's a point where it just kind of, it's hot. And you're out racing, ripping around, you can hit a turbo system over and over and over, and it's going to deliver every time.
So what you're basically saying is that dyno 1,000 horsepower in a supercharged car and that dyno 1,000 horsepower in a turbo car, put them next to each other on the street.
You're going to get gapped if you're in the blower car.
I thought so.
100%.
Because I'm telling you right now, brother, my IATs on Sunday when I was running the car was going from 120 to 180.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
huge.
Yeah, that's cooking.
But you got to remember, I'm not doing a quarter mile. I'm going way past a quarter mile.
Right.
So I'm not shutting it down at 145. I'm not shutting it down till 157.
Right.
So that 13 mile an hour difference, that's staying in the gas all that time, it generates so much heat, man. And if you're a quarter mile guy, for me, I love the supercharger. I was telling them your 8th mile game is going to be strong as hell. With a supercharged car. Anything more than that, baby.
Yeah, it's all over, dude.
Anything more than that, I'm gonna be walking people. Yes, yapping them. All right, sounds Cody, man. Thank you so much for building such a sick kit. Any companies that were involved besides Comp in the making of this kit that you want to shout out?
G1 Pro is the founder, the brain behind this killer water intercooled manifold. So definitely.
Sounds good, man. Cody, thank you very much. I'm gonna take this back to New York. 7 hours home. Let's go. So, guys, look what we're up to. See these Joker's boxes right here? Joker's Performance. I ordered some boxes from them because if you notice, something is missing. Something is gone from here. That's right, guys. No more supercharger. Supercharger is gone thanks to a really good subscriber, man. His name is Jermaine. Look what we have here, guys. The supercharger is going out. As you guys can see, this is Joker's Performance. Their race port. Look at that bearing plate, how open it is, how much material they take out. I mean, the snout, everything. Look at that. It's like open. They do a really killer job with their porting system, which moves a lot more air. So he's actually taking the supercharger, the Granatelli throttle body, which is what you see here, gold plate. He's taking all of this stuff because it's going to go on his Hellcat. And now he's going to be out here screaming like you heard mine screaming, man. You see how my car moves. You see how it puts the power down. And now Jermaine is going to have that same experience with his Hellcat, man. I'm excited for him. Yeah, this is a goodbye. A goodbye to a supercharger. All right, guys, so just got to the UPS store so I can ship out this blower. The box with the snout, not bad at all. But the box with the blower, holy cow. This supercharger is heavy. God, this supercharger is heavy. So I'm going to load it in right now and then get it to the store. I'm going to get it down on here. See, work smarter, not harder. Nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye.